Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Now, I hope the music isn't too loud. I'm just going to turn down a little bit, just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, awesome. Right then, so I did have a submitted war plan, which I find quite interesting. Now, I should have checked who submitted this, so Andrew Granfield. Right then, so I do like this plan. It basically calls for the 2nd Panzer over here to make a push towards the north of Stalingrad. Interestingly, Saratov is over here. It might be more pertinent to head towards Saratov, possibly through the plains over here. The issue is, I don't imagine I'd be able to make it to Stalingrad. I don't know, I think I could. The issue is it worthwhile? Because I'm not going to be able to move too fast down here in the south. I mean, in the south I'm going to be heading towards Baku with the 1st Panzer Army. So, we'll take a look at the plan as we go on. It might be that we change the goal for maybe a corps of the 2nd Panzer Army, or 2 corps of the 2nd Panzer Army and head towards Saratov, possibly. Maybe. But I do like this plan though. This one works fine. Using the river over here, the River Don, to sort of hem them in. I mean, there is a immediate encirclement that we can make right here. So if we take a look. Okay. So as you can see, we have a HQ here. There's a division here, HQ here. So let's do some reconnaissance and work out what we're dealing with. Okay. Yep, headquarters. So I do have the capability to move these troops up here. What we'll do then is, so we have the 11th here, this is the 111th. Right, so we'll move the 111th over here. At least that brigade. Move that one there. Move these guys up here. Okay, so what do we have? We have the 12th Army and then some other units in there. Okay, fair enough. What sort of artillery support do we have here? Absolutely jack shit. Okay. We need to have a redeployment of actual assets at a grand scale. Okay. Headquarters. Right. Let's have everything re-evaluated. Well, evaluated. I'd rather have a lot of forces, well, a lot of support in the overall command, and then I can hand it out as needed. Can I just set this as like a default? That'd be nice. Okay, they're high level support. So we're going to have a lot of the support flow back towards the army headquarters and the theatre headquarters, which is a good thing. I'll be able to dictate who receives what, but each of them will receive about 3 lots of support categories. So like 3 lots of artillery, 3 lots of, I don't know, like AA, 3 lots of engineers, that sort of thing. Which works out fine. It's a nice average model. I think what I'll do is I'll dictate a higher reserve towards the panzers, so probably 4. So let's see. If we sort by AV numbers, that'll help us out. Okay, so we'll have 4 here. I'll have to take a look at these Panzer Generals as well. Okay, that's the Panzer von Mackensen. Bam 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 bam. Okay, let's see. Right, he's quite expensive to remove. So von Wittengolf, he commands. Is that the 46 Panzer Corps? Actually, what we'll do then is leaders. Active. Right, none. So we'll have them on the core German. Ground only. Actually, that's a good point. I want to see who has died for the Germans. Okay. So I don't think we've had any... Right, okay. Bum 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 bum. Interesting. Right. Ground and SS. Corps/Army, then German. Okay. Mechanized. So Heinz Guderian is obviously our best Panzer General. Very good. Now you do lead the 2nd Panzer Army. Yes. Heinz Guderian. Now, do I want you in the 2nd Panzer Army? I suppose I do, as it is by far the most powerful Panzer Army. Well... more or less. More or less. Actually, I think it might be. If we go to HQs, if we go to Army and select by AFV, we can see, yeah, 1st Panzer Army is stronger actually by far, a couple hundred tanks. 2nd Panzer is up there in terms of numbers. Right, these armies are suffering here, but they've always been suffering. Okay, let's take a look at our actual commanders here. General Oberst. Mechanization 7, not bad. Von Mackensen. 7. Right, so 7 seems to be the average for a Panzer Corps commander. Yeah, von Kleist. He's pretty good. General Field Marshal. Goddamn. Wait, we have a General Field Marshal in command of a actual... Oh, that's the 1st Panzer Army. Okay, I was going to say. Right then. So we'll go on with things then, I believe. So let's take a look at how much we've actually taken away from the Soviets. So if we go to here then. So roughly 1 manpower is equivalent to 50,000 people. More or less. That's the rough maths. Can't quite guarantee it is accurate, but we'll see. Right, so we have 1,544 times 50,000. So that's 77,200,000 people under our control. That's a good chunk of the Soviet population. That's a massive chunk of the population there. I mean, all of Ukraine is under our control, more or less. Belarus, the Baltic states, all of Poland. Good amount of Russia, too. I mean, we are really starting to dive into Russia. I mean, we've taken their cold lands of Moscow. I mean, this region is the Russian core. Right. So this will be dealt with in time. I can't wait for that. The Volga front is going to be such a absolutely massive, massive encirclement. I mean, the thing is, I could almost reach this rail line over here. And the thing is, if I do reach that rail line, then it is basically over for the forces over there. They're just going to not be able to escape from that. Just no goddamn way. Okay, so we're going to start in the south then. I mean, I find it difficult to start today because there's a lot of places for me to be pushing my attention on. Let's turn that music up a little bit, actually. It's a little bit quiet. There we go. Okay, so we have the Hungarian, we have the 2nd Hungarian Armoured, we do have the 3rd Italian Motorized. So I would very much like to take this city. How are we doing on reconnaissance down here? See, I'd like to believe... Right, we need to change the actual message level. We'll go for 2. Right, that's costing us a few losses there. So as far as I can tell, there's nothing in the city. I just find that somewhat hard to believe, in all honesty. Right, what we'll do then is we'll move the cores up. I'd rather move them up. Now, if I was to move them up like this, I could cover the most amount of ground, and I think that is probably the best way to do things. I can cover the most amount of ground, and we're not going to be worrying too much about our flanks. Right. As we'll have the Romanian, sorry, move up on the flank here. How many Romanians do I have? I have, a few divisions. I really do need to start to redeploy the Romanian divisions. It's come to a point now where I actually do need them. I think they've had a good amount of time to actually recover. It seems some of their strength is... Yeah, their strength is about 90% here. Well... It's still lower than their table of equipment. I would say that is mostly... Well, rifle squads are up there. What is it that they're missing? 80 guns artillery. Automatic MG, so AAMG. Right. Okay, so they're mostly missing support. The issue is I don't have security forces in the Ukraine to replace them right now. I do have a security division here that I can't break up, which is a shame. It's only the Germans I can break up. Most of the time, anyway. Okay, so we'll advance the Romanians. We do need to keep this open here. Okay, we'll move up. We do have that town there that I will secure. Okay, so that has been secured. Let's move you there, just protect the headquarters. Now, if we're taking a look at this, the good thing here is the fact that they only have this one rail line, which I can sever, and then that is all of these forces cut off completely. There's a lot of rail density down here in the Caucasus, which is rather impressive. It's going to take me a long time to reach Baku, but if I can take these ports over here, we can actually devastate the cores over here at Sevastopol. I don't know if they'll pull back. I think they will. So we need to destroy the amount of ports that they can reach immediately. Okay, so we need to surround the cities. Let's see. In Krasnodar. There's a good amount of resources. I mean, they'll be able to hold out in the city, but they'll be cut off from supply. I need to get to these ports. So if I could make an encirclement of the actual city itself over here, that would be very nice. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Okay. Right, we use the German troops over here to secure the area. Right, there we go. I'm going to go for a continuous front line. I mean, I could go quite deep here. Okay, we'll advance you as division. Right, I'll have you reassigned. Okay. I could do another headquarters actually down here. So we'll have to see if we have another spare. So let's see. A spare German headquarters. I have a Romanian one. A Romanian one could do for now, actually. That's true. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Right, we'll have this division assigned over here. Not that one. The second Romanian Corps. There we go. Right, perfect. Okay. Bam 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 bam. Right, we'll advance to as a core. It's really like where, because of the sheer distance here. I mean, take a look at that colossal distance. I mean, what we need to do then is have the infantry sent down here, then the panzers need to advance over here. If I can take out this rail line, that would be fantastic. I can advance on Stalingrad from the south. That's what we need to do. Right, we'll keep the core together. We'll see what the command range is like. Command the rail lines. Right, that works for me. Right, what do we have in Anapa? Okay. Right, I could sever that rail line. So we have the 50th Army. So we have the 1st Guards Rifle Division. I feel like I've seen them before. Bam ba da da dun 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 dun. Okay. Bam ba bam 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 bam. Right then. So the priority here then is to cut off this area and deal with these troops. It's an incredible slog through the Caucasus Mountains, so I'm going to avoid it at all costs. So all we need to do then is destroy resistance over here, take these port towns, have a few forces advance along the railroad here, just to prevent it being used, and to advance down here. But then the main advance will be around the mountains. We're going to just completely forego them. And then we do have a valley over here along the coast that we can advance on. It's not great terrain, it's still rough, but there's a short engagement went further there. Okay, so this corps needs to head towards this rail line. If I can cut off this rail line and prevent any reinforcement or any escape of any troops down here in the south, and I will be happy. So let's plan for that. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Right, so how much fuel do we actually have in this Panzer Corps headquarters? Let's see. So we have 195 tons of fuel, we have 34% fuel, 33% fuel. So not much fuel, but I can raid these airfields over here and secure a little bit more fuel. Or let's see these towns. Free. Supply, however, is still good. A little bit of fuel. There's a large amount of population down here. I mean, there's a lot of towns. But again, there's not really a lot of towns. I mean, compared to like the I mean, look at every dot over here represents like a town. On small cities. Yeah, there's a lot of population. Okay, so we don't have a lot of fuel here. But what we can do then is... Now, if I had this hex here, I could send the airfield through. And, Right, this will do. Airfields can move up. Okay. I still want to move through there. How far is it for me to drop fuel? Right, actually not far at all. Let's see. Do I have any more transport aircraft? We have some more level bombers and more reconnaissance. That's good. We are going to need that reconnaissance, actually. As soon as we're done in this corner over here, then we will advance towards that rail line. That is coming from Stalingrad. Yeah, this rail line along the river Volga. I mean, this is absolutely incredible terrain. Just clear. Mile after mile after mile after mile. And if I was able to advance on these cities here, then that would absolutely devastate all of their production. They would have absolutely nothing left. Kubayashav. Kubayshav, whatever, however you say it. Basically the de facto capital of the Soviet Union now. And this was the backup capital for the Soviet Union. I think the British diplomatic envoy to the Soviet Union remained here. It was either the British or the American one until 1943. Which is pretty impressive. I mean, they didn't consider Moscow safe. And I can't blame them. That would be an interesting advance. In just a sweep in advance, I mean, we'd cross the river Volga and be able to come up from Stalingrad in the south, head towards Saratov, and that could be a great pincer, actually. So I think what we might do then is have the 2nd Panzer Army basically advance along the River Don here, and then sort of meet up with us to head up towards Kubayshav. Okay. Let's get this sorted out first, then. I wish everybody wasn't on refit. I need to turn that off. Okay, so you're directly attached to 1st Panzer Army. And this is it. 1st Panzer Army is actually quite large. I mean, we have elements over here too, which will need to link up. The good news is, though, we wiped out these troops and the infantry can hold this rail line quite easily. We do have a bunch of Italian forces. Let's actually move up the rail lines, first of all. Get these bad boys moving up. Bring supplies to the front line. Okay. Now, I don't want to use actual panzers for this. I think I'd be much better off using the Viking motorized division. So if I break them up, I could advance down here. Okay, take the port. Okay. Now, ideally, I want to sweep through here and cut off this city. Then again, do I want to waste my time doing that? I mean, we already have what we've wanted here. These forces will be destroyed in time anyway. The Hungarians and the Italians, Romanians, and obviously the German forces in the area will clean them up. The Panzer though do... well, they do need to keep on moving. If I keep them in this area here, we can take fuel from this around... What? Wow, okay. Okay. Wow. I was not expecting that much fuel. Okay, well. Well. I think what we might need to do then is actually bring these airfields down to the town or city of Mykop. And then I could fly the fuel from there. I believe they would still take it. The airfields will probably take it from there. And then I'd be able to use that. That's fantastic. I could use that to fuel the advance into the Caucasus quite nicely. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to move and take that town. Right, how much is left? Still a hell of a lot of fuel there. Alright, let's secure the rail lines here. Yeah, see, just look at the extent of movement there. Okay. So you'll be able to draw on this. Right, move there. Now what we'll do then is move these airfields up to here. Lufthansa. Right, you control these, that's fine. Your command is over there. So what do we have here? We have a couple... Right, so we have some Junker 87, so Stuka dive bombers, some Focke-Wulfs, BF-109s, Junker 88s, they have good range, Focke-Wulf 189s. Okay. Junker 88s, reconnaissance planes, Junker 88D1. So that's some good support there. I'll probably use them to support this Panzer Corps. I think that's what we need to do, use the air forces to support the actual panzers. Right. So yeah, that'll work. I mean, we have a huge amount of fuel here. Absolutely colossal amount of fuel. I should have looked at my fuel pool beforehand and seen if it changed or not. I don't think it will because we've not taken that fuel yet. I mean, half of it has been lost. Right, oil production. Yeah, so we've actually just gained oil production here. Awesome. So, beforehand, I don't think we actually had any oil production. At least not that I can see. Well, actually, no. Yes, we do have oil production. But that's... that's a third of the oil production that we have in the Reich. If we take a look at Romania. Oil production. Yeah. That's almost a fifth, almost, well, more like a sixth of the oil production of Romania. So that is a huge, huge thing for us here. Let's see, industry. Yeah, that's a big one. Port. Over here we have the rail yard. Mozdok. Yeah, more fuel there. Fuel production, oil production. Grozny. Yeah, okay, now this is the economic heart of the Caucasus over here. I mean, the thing is, that's where all that fuel is coming from, and that's where it's all stockpiled. I don't think the Soviets will run out of fuel, but I think they could eventually. I mean, in a long war, we have the economic assets to keep things going. If we are denying it all to the Red Army, then there will come a point at which they do start to struggle. So yeah, the Caucasus is a priority. And we are making good progress here. Very good progress. Okay. Right, that's locked down. That's fantastic. Right, this other core. Now, I'd like to take the fuel from here. Or do I waste my time with that? We'll take it. 5 tons. 4 tons. 2 tons. Okay, 12. 13. Yeah, 16 tons of fuel there. We'll head for this town over here, mostly because it separates that rail line then. And over here too. Captures the towns here. There we go. So I can draw supply from this town here. There's a little bit of supply there as well. Well, a little bit of fuel and a decent amount of supply, so that'll keep us going. But yeah, the important thing here is the fact that we've severed the rail connection completely, so they are going to be completely isolated. I mean, they do have the ports over here, so they're not going to give up easily. If it comes to a siege, it's going to be a long and bloody one. But the fact is, actually, that being occupied does make me think there's actually a unit there. I probably could do with sending some cavalry to check that out. Probably would be a wise idea. Okay. Right. Let's turn this refit off. Okay, so what I need to do then is I need to face the Red Army with my infantry so we can make room for the... Actually, let's see. Is that the 71st Guards? Okay, cool. Right, message level 2. Actually, I see message level 4. It's going to take a while, but I think we see more detail. Well, we do see more detail. Ah, there we go. Sweet, I like it. We can actually see what's doing what now. Okay, it might take a little bit too long. I think 3 is a good level. Okay. Yeah, that Slovakian mobile could get through here. That's a good point then. So what do we have here? We have AT Tank Brigade. The 6th Army 71st Rifle, Guards Rifle. We have the 10th Guards Rifle Corps, the 31st Guard Rifle Corps, AT and a Guards Rifle, the 88th. So we have the Red Army trying to repair the rail lines over here. Okay. Cross the river. 48th Army. I've seen 48th Army so many times. I'd love to look back in the campaign and just see like where I've seen them, where they've been, where I first encountered them. That'd be cool. And also the amount of forces they've commanded over that time. Okay, so would the best path necessarily be a straight path? No. The best path would be to advance from the south. Well, advance north, I should say. And head up there. I don't want to head all the way over here because there's no need. There's no other rail connection, so if I severed it up here, then yeah, that's all useless. Okay. Right, combine these forces. There we go. I can use the infantry divisions. Let's move over here. Wow, that's a lot of fuel, actually. Deutschland, Deutschland. Ideally, I don't want to travel so far. There we go. God damn, that movement. Jesus. I think I might wait for that movement there, and decide really what I want to do. But we do have the workings of a plan here. So Case Blue, it's going to be a full-blown success. I can't see it not being. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, the vast amount of the Soviet forces are in the far north over here at the Volga front. And that's becoming a desperate situation. Okay. What sort of... Right, so there's a number of airfields. Not a huge amount of them, but enough. I don't have air superiority really in this area, and I don't want to push it on waste plains. I need to make it to the lake over here, so the thing is I could just shift through here. Those troops have an advantage fighting in adverse terrain. No, I can't make a full attack. I could, however, do a hasty attack here. That might be enough to force them back, potentially. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Good. Right, not enough movement there. That's fine. Fill that gap. Okay. Hold that there. That's it, I don't need to hold them right there. I mean, that terrain's fine. I can just hold them here when I have the advantage. Okay. Shift these forces up. Yeah, you could move there. Let's cross the river. So we have the 3rd Shock Army. Push them back. And let's see now. It's definitely getting better. I mean, they are running out of space to actually move here, and that's really good. The only thing is I don't have time to continue this recording right now, as I do need to get to work. So yes, thank you very much guys for watching. I will be doing another episode very soon, this week for sure. So thank you for watching, and goodbye for now. Hope to see you all very, very soon. And let's just take a look at these losses again. Yeah, that's up there. 4.45 million men captured. Until next time, goodbye for now.